Hey Frontline, this is Val. I am here today to talk about health beliefs, HIV beliefs, and dealing with bad information. So, as you might imagine, this is something that comes up all the time. And so we want to give you some tools for dealing with bad information that you might hear and separating that from what people believe is going to be good for them. Because they're not necessarily the same thing. So, ideas of health, our ideas of health are not created on the first day that someone hears about HIV or AIDS for the first time. They're not created on the day someone finds out their HIV status, the day someone gets tested. They're not created on the day that you meet someone living with HIV. They're not created on the day that you start loving someone living with HIV. Our ideas of health, or our health beliefs, are shaped by our families, by our communities, by our societies, as well as by our personal experiences, the things that we've done in our lives. And everybody has different health beliefs. It's not like, oh, Americans believe this about health, whereas Japanese people believe this about health. I mean, there are ways that you can characterize that, but you're never going to pin down a single belief that everybody believes. We don't operate in those monolithic ways as communities. So, there are some beliefs that we're going to share, some beliefs that we're going to have that are similar, and there are some beliefs that we're going to have that are different. So we aren't born with the answers to the following questions. We learn, when do you need to go to the doctor? What is the role of a doctor? What does a doctor do? When does someone take medicine? We aren't born with the answers to the questions of where do you get medicine. This is something that we learn. We learn, when do you refuse medicine or not take medicine. Who should take care of you when you're sick or ailing? Do you use a Kleenex or a hanky to blow your nose? Or do you just blow it into the gutter in the middle of the street? These beliefs, there's not a single way, and a lot of times when I'm doing this presentation, people think that the way that they believe is the way that everybody should believe, but that just it's not as easy as that. So, when you're thinking about that, you might think that these answers are clean cut, but they're not. And think about the beliefs of your families or your neighbors or your friends on these issues, and think about people whose beliefs you disagree with, and try to figure out also where the beliefs that you have come from. So here's a question that you'll have more chance to answer via Moodle, but the question is, what is your definition of health? If you were going to define what health is, how would you do so? And actually, so that I don't give you the answer that the presentation has, I'm going to cut the slideshow right here, respond to this question in the forum, and I'll pick this up after the cut. Alright, see you then. And by see you, I mean talk to you. Okay, bye.